This episode is brought to you by United Airlines. When you want to make the most of your vacation, book with United. They're an airline that cares about your travels as much as you do. United is transforming the flying experience with Bluetooth connectivity, screens, power at every seat, and bigger overhead bins to help fit everyone's bag. And with their app, you can skip the bag check line, get live updates, and more. Change the way you fly. Book your next trip today at united.com.
Welcome to the You Can Do Both podcast. This is Court.
And this is Ashley. And we're coming at you live from Boston with a little goofy energy from Court this morning.
Goofy. I was just telling Ashley, it was one of those sleeps where I felt like I was kind of awake. Like I woke up this morning expecting to see my Whoop and be like, this bitch got 30% recovery, light sleep the whole night. But no, 93% recovery, enough REM sleep. And this is the first morning I haven't been grumpy in, I think, 3 months.
Well, maybe that's why. Like, you're in a happy, goofy mood because you're well rested and ready to tackle the day.
Except, like, I wasn't. I was on my computer till midnight. Like, nothing's really adding up. Maybe I'm just delusional.
Take it and run with it.
I am running with it.
Yeah.
I got here at exactly 7:30 and not later, even though I told Ashley I'd get here before 7:30, but that's a win for me.
Last night, Courtney was like, I was like, all right, recording at 7:30. She goes, no, I'm going to be there before 7:30. And I was like, okay, like, let's aim for like 7:10, like
you said
earliest. 7:15. So I'm up here thinking, okay, she wants to get here early. I'm not going to shoot
Fight
that
it
down. Like, absolutely. So I'm sitting out here at 7:05. Waiting.
No one told you to do that.
25 minutes later, I've made a coffee. I even tested the mics. I usually don't test the mics until Courtney's fully here. And then she goes, I think it's a Starbucks morning. And I think you use it as a crutch when you're running just a little bit late. So you're like, look, here's
a treat. Here's a little treat to... Actually, no, it was, oh my goodness, I have time to get Starbucks this morning.
Okay.
That's how my brain works. It's so bad. Actually, so Matt was telling me this morning, he was like, he said the most random comment. And I was like, how did your brain get there? He's like, to be honest, something crazy just happened in my brain. He's like, I thought about this and then it led me to this. And then I started thinking about this. And then the Christmas tree popped into my head. And then this and this. And I go, Matt, that's how my brain works every single day. Like, that's how my brain works. He goes, are you serious? I'm like, yes. I'm spiraling at all times. I never know how I get to certain places. I lose my train of thought because my mind is racing 5,000 miles a minute. And I'm like, he explained my chaos perfectly. I'm like, That's how I operate. He's like, oh my God, that's wild.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But anyhow, I've been saying that I would arrive at 7:30 the past like 2 times. And I've arrived after 7:30 each time.
Okay.
Even if it's just like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
So in me telling you last night I'm going to get there before 7:30, that meant I'm going to get there at 7:30.
Okay.
And
honestly,
wild.
That was on me. I should have known that.
Yeah, I was going to say, come on, Ashley. You've known me for too long.
That's not on you. That's on me. So good job. You got here right on time.
Exactly. 7:30.
And you showed up with coffee. So good on you.
It's going to be a great day.
It is going to be a great day.
I have one more update to share before we get in. And that is, I declined plans with friends on Sunday, which I originally was feeling FOMO about.
Naturally.
FOMO, they went to, Ashley and friends went to the Duxbury Oyster Fest. Do you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, I'm going to get actually into it later in the episode.
Oh, perfect. So they had a little plan. I last minute was like, you know what? I have so much to do this week. And I want to just get ahead of it. I got my nails done. I went to Glow Bar for a facial appointment.
So good, by the way.
Thank you. Guys, I got gel for the first time per Ashley's recommendation. And they look so good.
So good.
So good.
That's the perfect shape for you. It's the perfect length for you. The engagement ring looks fabulous.
Right.
Like the hands, everything.
I will say there's one downside of being engaged. And that is, your nails always need to look nice because everyone's always looking at it, and the ring just does not look as good on unmanicured nails. So not only is my life all of a sudden really expensive because I'm planning a wedding, but like these additive, I always see these Instagram or these TikToks that are like, all the things I did to prep for my wedding. It's like Botox 6 months out, eyebrows this, and how much everything costs. I'm like, just the self-maintenance before in your bridal era. I'm like, who's got the money for this?
That's what I'm most excited. That's
I know.
like why I want to get married.
No,
I want to
so
do
fun.
the facials.
You want to look your best. You want to feel your best. All the things.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh my God, that's got a pretty penny too.
It does. Yeah.
So if anyone would like to Venmo me to support me in my journey,
A GoFundMe
at Courtney. Just kidding. But if you find me, I'll accept it. I won't share it, but I'll accept the payment. Anyway, so yeah, I declined Plan Sunday. Had such a great day. I manifested a dress at Nordstrom Rack. It was the craziest thing. All week, I was telling myself, I would just love to find like a form-fitted blazer dress. I have oversized blazers that I've worn a ton, but I wanted something that like didn't look like it was a man's blazer that like fit me really well. I was checking out at Nordstrom Rack and I came across, I was in there for an hour. I had already tried things on, and then I stumbled across one Alice and Olivia dress that was originally $550, form-fitted blazer. It was actually shorts in the back with the zipper. It was the only
So cute.
one in my size.
Oh my God.
And it fit me like a glove
Love when that
for
happens.
literally like $150. It was
So good.
perfect.
I saw your post, but I mean, I think we need to set a rule that if you're talking about things you
know.
buy, like, and you're going to share that you just purchased something, you have to share with the class.
I'll post the pic on the Instagram story, but that happened, and then I had such a productive Sunday, and I packed for a trip that was 4 days in advance, and I've never done that ever in my entire life.
I'm so proud of you.
I am that girl that packs at 10 p.m. for her 6 a.m. flight the next day, and I don't go to bed till like 12:30 that night before my 6 a.m. flight. And I've never been more at peace this week because I'm like, wow,
Don't have to worry about the packing.
don't have to worry about it.
Nice.
So I feel so good. I think I feel good enough to carry this trend forward in my future trips.
Amazing.
As long as I have the time for it beforehand, but I can make the time.
Yeah, you can make the time for anything that's important.
Yeah, so on Sunday, I tried on all of my outfits. I took pictures of my outfits.
Oh my God.
No, it's
Not
crazy.
only did you pack, you did like the whole thing.
No, it's crazy. I put everything in a corner. I need to do better about just doing the things like entirely when I do them.
Yeah.
Because that's an issue for me. But I put them in a corner. That was step one. Then last night, I put everything in the suitcase. So now I just need to do my toiletries. But I have, like, the thing about me is I like to change things, like, last minute. Like,
Yeah.
I'm, like, kind of, like, I'm always thinking, like, can I do this better? Should I wear a different outfit? So that's why I'm a procrastinator.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be thinking about it for days leading up to it. I'd rather just do it in one stint.
Yeah.
But I just put it in a corner, and then last night I was able to take some stuff out of it to be like, I actually don't need that. This would be me overpacking. So by me splitting it up into 2 days, it almost worked in my favor.
Perfect. So maybe you found a workflow that really works for you.
I did. This is what I'm going to wear for the second
Super
event,
cute. I
which
love it.
You know that outfit, but guys, people show up and show out with their fits at my work events, and I'm like a streetwear baggy trouser girl, and like the dress
You always
thing.
look cute.
Shall we get into today's episode?
I think we shall.
Today, drum roll please. We're giving you Boston's hidden gems.
Sparkle, 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 sparkle. So we're going to try to make it really the hidden gems with a few honorable mentions of other YCDB favorites, things you've probably heard us talk about in episodes past, but we're condensing it all into this one episode. So if you're from Boston, if you're moving to Boston, if you have a friend that's moving to Boston, you can send them this episode and they'll be like, oh my God, thank you for this perfect guide to the city of Boston.
Yay. Let's
So,
jump in.
In no particular order.
None at all.
Like
all over
none,
the place.
yeah. We're just, these
All
are as
over the
things
place.
came to our mind. So the very first one I discovered when I first moved to Boston in Somerville, and it is a nail place. Do I currently go there? No. It is because it's more difficult to get there from where I live, but I used to live basically on top of this place, and it's called Paris Nails 2, and it's just this little hole-in-the-wall nail spot. I know a couple girls that still go there ever since I recommended them. You have to ask for Anna. She is so sweet. It's a family-owned business. She's so fabulous. She does all the nail designs. It's a reasonable price, and it's not overly booked. I feel like there's a handful of nail techs in the city that you've seen on TikTok or something, so it's almost impossible, and then they're charging you an absurd price.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like when you went to her, you were in your, like, crazy nail era. Like, you would get all the designs, all the fun Pinterest trends, and she was actually able to execute.
No,
so if
so
she can
good.
do that, she can also do something super basic.
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, fantastic. Next on the list is Tradesman in Charlestown. This is like funky spot. I feel like if you don't live in Charlestown or Somerville, you likely haven't been there before or haven't had a reason to stumble across it. But it is absolutely huge. It's such a vibe for brunch. Their coffee and food is both amazing. Particularly their Madagascar vanilla ice latte is stunning. And if you work in the financial district, they have a location too, but it's more like quick and go, whereas this one in Charlestown is like enjoy, stay a while, sit at the bar, hang out, or like sit in like the comfy chairs and yap for hours.
Yes. I just actually went to this location for the first time last weekend, and I loved it. They have a full bar, and I was like, how do we make this like a Friday night spot?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's such a vibe. Like, I don't know how late they're open, but it's a perfect space. It's not too crowded. It's because it's in Charlestown.
It's huge.
It's huge.
They have parking.
They have parking. I don't know. I was just... they have outdoor space.
Yeah.
Everything.
Do you remember my story of the first time I ever walked in there?
Yeah, and you were talking to the owner.
I was hungover. I walked in I was like, I've driven by this place 60 times. I should probably go in. Like, I've been so intrigued. I was hungover. I had a coffee in my hand, and I was just like looking at the menu because there's a walk-up area, but there's also a sit-down. And I was like, oh, I've never been here before. He's like, the owner was there and basically encouraged me to like sit down, and he just ordered like his favorite thing off the menu. And I basically had a free experience there as I'm like drunk practically from the night before, disheveled, already had a coffee in hand. He's like, stay a while, try it out. You've never been here before? Let me treat you. His daughter was behind the desk, like helping people with pastries. It was just so cute. So I just have the fondest like idea of the place too because of that, but everything is fantastic.
Honestly, all the servers carry that energy as well. Like, everyone's so sweet. Even at the other locations in downtown. Like, everyone's so nice.
It's giving family.
Yes.
Like, very much family owned, and I don't know if that's the case, but that's how they all act.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
Next one is another Courtney and I's favorite. We've definitely mentioned it before, but I also honestly forget about it. But Liv's Juice Bar in Medford. So if you're ever going if you want to go to a Wegmans, you're in Medford. If you want to go to a Target, a Best Buy, Wegmans is kind of your one-stop shop. You can get your car cleaned there. That's honestly a Boston Rec of the Week. If you type in Liv's Juice Bar, then search for car wash, there's one that's like 3 minutes away. You can get, the $10 car wash, but they have free vacuums. Joe used to live, I was about to say Joe, my boyfriend, as if people don't know who Joe is. That was crazy. Joe used to live in Medford, so every weekend or every other weekend we would go and like vacuum out our cars together and then go through the car wash. Such a great experience. But all to say, there is a Liv's Juice Bar, and specifically for me, I like they have this like blue spirulina. Nope.
Spironolactone. Blue spirulina.
Thank you. Blue spirulina smoothie, and I add chia seeds. And it's so yummy. And the little protein balls that they have.
Oh, my God. So good.
And they have the stamp card. So after 10 smoothies, you can get a free one.
Yep.
And let me just tell you, I've done that 3 times.
Wow.
That's how often I go.
Wow. I get a rewards card every time I go to my nail salon.
Oh, wait. That's kind of fun. And then you get a free set of nails?
Except
You lose them.
I lose them every fucking time. I know. It's crazy. But now that this is my life, then I need to go so often.
You're going to commit to it.
I'm going to commit to
No,
it.
I love that.
I don't know if it's a free set of nails, but I'm sure it's something. I'll let you know when I find out.
Okay, let me know.
Okay, next is Pammy's in Cambridge. This restaurant is giving New York City. It's like quaint but really cool, like light fixtures from the ceiling. There's a bar, there's booths, there's this really long table in the middle that you can practically sit with strangers in. It's just great vibes, great energy. Italian restaurant that's amazing, but not your traditional North End Italian, like more upscale, like fun dishes. And one thing that I love about this particular place is they have a prefixed menu if you wanted to do like a tasting and get a bunch of dishes. I think the set costs like $80 to $100 a person, and then you can add like a wine pairing onto it, and you get 3 to 5 meals. Like you're gonna leave there absolutely stuffed. It's such a fun date night spot and a little different, like not your traditional Italian meal.
Yeah. So I've never actually sat down for the tasting menu, but every time you make a reservation there, you have to do the tasting menu, which is interesting, but something to keep in mind if, like, let's say you have an anniversary come up and all of the restaurants in Boston are already reserved. I've found that you can easily get a reservation here because you're locked into the tasting menu. Every time I've looked, you can look a couple days in advance and they always have reservations, and it's top tier food. I've only been one time, but I sat at the bar.
Yep.
So you can also walk in and sit at the bar and you don't have to do the tasting menu, but there's only like 6 to 8 seats if I remember. It's very small. So you're kind of risking it, but the one time I went, got a little corner and I got the bolognese.
So good.
And oh my God, it's the best bolognese I've had in the city.
Yeah. I've had reservations there, but I've also walked in with Matt and Jared for like a date night.
Yeah.
And we had to wait like 10 minutes and it was perfect.
Easy.
Yeah, it was so easy. And we sat at the bar together on a packed Saturday night. So it's a safe spot for walk-ins.
Yeah.
Which is hard to find in this damn city.
Next one is, Court mentioned it at the beginning of this episode, but on Sunday, for the first time ever, we drove down to Duxbury, which I've never been to. I want to move there. Mm-hmm. So this is now on my vision board. Like, I will raise my children in Duxbury. You guys can remember this moment right now.
Hold you to it.
And then you will see manifestation come to life. Like, this is the cutest town. Genuinely, it reminded me of Maine. Aww. It's a coastal town. You drive through the back roads and it feels like a suburb, but you're only an hour out of the city. We passed the high school. It looks so nice. And my first thought was like, oh, you can raise kids here.
Yep.
Every house, like from big to small, is so like well put together. It felt so safe. Like, once again, I guess I'm having motherly instincts. I'm like, I would be okay with my kid riding the bike on these streets. Like, then you go to the downtown, so cute, looks exactly like Maine. And Island Creek Oysters is there. Now, there's a lot to say about this. Have you ever, like, been to a oyster farm?
No, never.
I didn't even know that they farmed the oysters. They grow baby oysters somewhere, and then they, like, tie them to these sticks, and they put I think a lot of people know this. I didn't know this.
I didn't know this.
I thought they were, like, natural, like Maine lobsters. Like, you put the lobster traps out and you catch them. No, they're fully, like, growing them.
That's really weird.
Kind of grossed me out a little bit. I'm not going to lie. All to say, it was really cool. You can, like, take a tour of the oyster farms. So they'll, like, drive you out in a boat and you can see them. But Island Creek Oysters is just this huge little setting. They have indoor seating. They have outdoor seating. They have a bar. They have bars inside. They have bars outside. They have these cute little teepee, like, wooden benches that you can sit at with your group. You, like, place your order and then servers will come and they'll bring you your food and drinks. I had the best lemonade I've ever had. And then they do sushi there, which is so random. So I was getting, like, a spicy tuna roll. And then we were sitting by this big fire. They have Adirondack chairs looking out over the water. Like, It was the perfect Sunday activity. And I've never been. McKenna was saying every time somebody visits, she brings them there because she loves it so much. So if you have people visiting, maybe it's beautiful weather, maybe it's summer, early fall, late spring, and you wanted to just show them a beautiful coastal town in the Northeast, like 1000%, I would recommend going to Duxbury, specifically Island Creek oysters. Sit outside, have a couple drinks, have some food, and look at the boats.
Vibes. Yeah, my FOMO has increased.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm kidding. No, but it looked like such a cute day.
I will go back anytime. Like, it was so cute.
No, I'm so glad you guys had a good time. And you were wildly hungover that day, too. So the fact that you were able to pull it together is snaps.
Yeah. By the time I got there, I was 100% back to normal. I almost caved and got a cocktail because Joe was like, what do you want to drink? And I ordered a drink, and then I was like, wait, give me a lemonade. I didn't even see lemonade on the menu. Like, he was on the phone. Best lemonade I've ever had. I had 2 of them.
I love a good lemonade.
Oh, my God.
I love good
so
lemonade.
Good.
Love. Next is likely a place that you've seen on TikTok or Instagram, but is actually worth the hype. Prima in Charlestown, we've mentioned before, but what I've seen on Instagram and TikTok does not do this place justice. Like, it already looks cute. There was a lot of hype around it when it opened a little less than a year ago. You go into this place, and it's quintessential, like, Italian, cute little restaurant. Could almost feel like you're in Italy or something.
When you said quintessential, I think of Jet and Pookie. This is quintessential Pookie. What a great word.
Quintessential. Oh my God, so funny. But it's this cute little place. There's like red booths. It's very moody, open kitchen, beautiful bar area. And then there's a back room where it seems like you're almost in another restaurant, giving speakeasy vibes, another whole bar. It's all little circular tables. It's small groups or people on dates. They apparently have amazing espresso martinis there, so it'd be perfect for a nightcap or like a girls' night or date spot.
They have like a tiramisu espresso martini I've seen. I want to go so bad.
Yeah.
And try that.
And then all of the food is so good. First time I went, went with my cousins, my girl cousins that were all big foodies, and we got a bunch of stuff on the menu, and everything was unbelievable. And as we were sitting there, we were like, wait, I cannot wait to come back here and order more of this, to which we did, and it was all fantastic. And when I went with my friends, everybody loved it. And then also, it's amazing for takeout, which I'll let Ashley speak to.
Yeah, so I mean, now that I'm like really working on my finances, I'm not going to be doing as much Uber Eats, but on a hungover Sunday, this is what you're going to do. You're going to order from Prima. You're getting their cheese pizza, extra crispy. My mouth is salivating thinking about it. It has like their sauce. Everything's definitely homemade, but it's like a garlicky, like great flavor. The cheese is like perfectly melted,
encrusted,
and then they shave Parmesan on top, and it's like personal size, but like enough that you could split with somebody, but it's not a huge pizza. It's perfect. And then you get the spicy rigatoni, whatever it is. This thing comes with huge vines of like rosemary. It's so fresh. And then you add chicken. It's the best hungover meal. It is so good in takeout format.
Yeah, which is hard.
It's hard. I've ordered this, I don't even know how many. I have gotten takeout from Prima more than I've eaten at the restaurant.
Wild. No, it's truly that good. And when food is good as takeout, you can only imagine how amazing it is if you're sitting in the restaurant.
Yeah.
So, yeah, honestly, 12 out of 10.
12 out of 10. A little back bay rec for you. Casa Romero. So when Joe used to live on Newberry Street, this was literally a 3-minute walk, and we stumbled upon it just walking. It's in one of those alleys in Back Bay, like between one of the main streets. So you're like walking it between Newberry and Commonwealth, and it's down a little alley, and it has this little hidden door. Oh my God, it's the best Mexican. It's a little expensive.
Yeah.
But it's because it's quality. Their margaritas, their tacos. Everything's really good. Like if you want high quality Mexican, which I do think is kind of hard to find sometimes.
Oh, yeah. It's like outside of a Chipotle or an Anna's or a Felipe's, like where do you go if you want like better quality?
Yeah, I think it's hard, and they do it so well.
They do.
So would highly recommend Casa Romero.
Now let's talk about the best sushi in the city.
Oh, so you know how I said Primo was my go-to takeout spot?
Yep.
Take all the times I've ordered Prima takeout and then quadruple it, and you're Courtney.
Yeah, with Duozo.
So good.
So good. I've never eaten inside of there ever in my life.
Yep.
But it is right on, I think, Dartmouth Street.
Mm-hmm.
It's right next to the Dartmouth Equinox. It's the best sushi I've ever had. I get something, I mean, my go-to is a spicy tuna, but then I always get the little special deluxe roll. The dumplings are amazing. The edamame is amazing. I've gotten like beef stir fry from there, but sushi is just what takes the cake for sure. And I always get this whenever I have like people over or say we're doing a picnic or something, because it's just so easy and so quick. And everyone's like, oh my God, this is the best sushi. And I convince everyone else to then order from there whenever they have their sushi nights at home. And I have it at least once a week. And I never get sick of it. It's just
it's so
good. Amazing. It's so good. And apparently they have lunch specials. I think it's a big lunch spot for people that work in the area. And so it's like very affordable in general. But I talk about it every single time. I think I post it on my story every time I get it or close to it. So can't recommend it enough. If you haven't gotten it, you have to.
Yeah, so good. Wait, another pizza place that came to my mind, because I was thinking of the South End.
Yeah.
Is Pico to the South End. It's so good. They do delivery, because Matt ordered it for delivery the other day. Maybe they just don't deliver to us, because I've looked into having them delivered. They're not on Uber Eats. But look up Pico. It's like right on Tremont. It's so good.
Yeah.
Great pizza. That is a close second to Prima.
Hot take. I wasn't obsessed when we got it. There wasn't enough sauce.
I think because we just got cheese and pepperoni.
Yeah.
They have like specialty pizzas Joe and I have gotten, and it was
really good.
So good.
I've been really into the pizzas lately. I've been into the burgers. I'm turning unhealthy, to be honest with you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
It's okay. We're getting into bulking season.
Oh, shit. No. I looked at myself in my Zoom camera yesterday, and was like, my face is giving around.
No, it's not.
I'm like, Matt, be honest with me. Is it giving round? Am I gaining weight? He's like, no, Courtney. But I could see it in his eyes. I think he's
oh my God.
Whatever. Ebbs and flows.
It does. Mm-hmm. So mine is Siam Bistro, which is a Thai place in the financial district. You would never sit in at the restaurant. You would always do takeout. You can order it on Uber Eats. Very affordable. My office, we get it for lunch all the time. And it is so good. I get the spicy basil pad thai or the spicy basil fried rice.
One of my favorite Thai places is outside of the city. I think it's in Brookline. It's called Giggling Rice. I get their cashew chicken. That's like chicken and a cashew sauce with green beans. So good. Get it over white rice.
Do you just Uber Eats that?
I just Uber Eats it.
Okay, because I'm like, when would I go to Brookline?
No, Giggling Rice. It's way better than House of Siam, where I used to live next to. No surprise here. This was Matt and I's first date spot where we had our engagement party. Crossy, which is a Mediterranean restaurant, small plates. So hard to get a reservation here because it's a very small restaurant. But it's Greek. It's so authentic. Like all the wines are Greek. You can do on Wednesdays, they have this like wine pairing that they call it like the wine symposium, and you can get pairings with your meals. The best lamb, the best build your own tzatziki. They can literally bring out the cucumber, the lemon, the yogurt, the oil, etc. and you like make your own. They have a feast of the gods if you have more than, I think it's 6 people, where you'll get a tasting of pretty much everything on the menu for, I think it's like $300 something, which if you have 6 or 8 people, it's literally perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, couldn't recommend it enough. If you have just one other person, the bar is perfect. And also one of those places that feels like you're in New York, but it's very hard to get a reservation at. So if you want to go here, I recommend like calling ahead like a couple weeks in advance.
Yeah. I mean, I've walked in and sat at the bar like a decent amount of times.
Oh, wow. That's never happened to me.
I guess it was, again, when Joe lived in Back Bay and he was right there, so we could just pop over at like easy times. But yeah, really good.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in a while.
And a lot of people compare it to Kava in the South End. Kava, not the franchise.
Hot take, I don't like Kava.
I've never been because I just love Crossy so much. I'm like, why am I gonna deviate?
Yeah.
You know, when it's similar concepts.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I also heard
Crossy's
that you didn't
way
like
better.
it. Crossy's way better?
Crossy's way better.
Amazing.
I think that is genuinely a hot take because people will lay
Fight.
their life on the line for
Yeah.
Kava. Not for me. Okay. Next one. Seaport Rec. It's called Mecca. They actually, the first time I ever went here was actually in Connecticut. Gab took me home, my old roommate in college, and she took me to this place, and it's like a ramen. One thing about me is ramen's in my top 3 favorite foods.
Ooh.
I am obsessed with ramen. So Mecca has really great ramen. Specifically, their bao buns are really good, but even more specifically, their kimchi fried rice. It is one of my top favorite foods ever. I also have a running list in my, like a notes app, a running notes app that is food I like. Because sometimes, you know, when nothing sounds good,
Yes.
it is so niche and specific.
Yes.
And Mecca's kimchi fried rice is on there. They have like little bacon bits on it. Unbelievable. And it's a healthy portion.
Love that. You saying ramen is making me look up this place near me. It always has a line. It's fantastic. Hokkaido. I'm definitely saying that wrong.
Yeah, that's like what they say. That's the best ramen spot. I didn't like it when I went.
I really enjoyed it. I've only gotten it once, but when I say there's a line,
Always.
I mean there's a line. I think it goes quickly because I mean it's ramen and you can always order takeout, but it's on it's on Hereford Street and it's a little hole in the wall. So good. I'm realizing a lot of mine are kind of in the Back Bay area because I live there and that's where I frequent. But this is a very random one. I, for the longest time, have walked by this place a bajillion times, never went in because I'm like, why?
I'm like trying to guess which one you're going to say, which I think I got it, but go, continue.
There's a place called DeLuca's Market on the corner of, I don't know what street on Newbury Street, but it's kind of near the Peru, so you've likely seen it. There's always flowers outside. It looks like a rundown grocery store. You go in. It's all of the like most hip. There's Kin. There's Recess. There's like the Unreal, like all of the trendy alternatives for like household commodities are being sold there. So it's like a little shop for a corner store, if you will, for all the random things that you would probably need. And then in the back, there's basically an Italian deli where you can order sandwiches and like get prepared foods and whatnot. Absolutely delicious. My brother and his girlfriend came to visit and they were on Newbury Street one day that I was working and I couldn't hang out with them. And they came back and they were like, oh my God, we had like one of the best sandwiches like we've ever had. And they said DeLuca's Market. And I was like, say what? Like I've never even heard of it. I don't know what possessed them to stumble inside. Maybe it was the fact that they're college kids and they didn't want something fancy.
Yeah.
But they were like, oh my God, Courtney, like you have to go. We just like built our own deli sandwich and everything was so fresh, so good, etc. So give it a shot because I didn't at first. And it's fantastic.
Right. Okay, similar note, but pick it up, throw it in Seaport, is Frank Anthony's.
Yeah, no secret here.
They have a great deli. Honestly, all of their sandwiches are really good. I like their chicken Caesar salad wraps. You can get buffalo on them too. Just like easy, quick, grab and go. They also have all the little drinks that you can grab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're also fat. Ashley picked up chicken Caesar wraps for Matt and I one day. And we were like, damn, we could have easily split one and been full. But then, I mean, I ended up eating both of it. It was absolutely stunning and amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, very fire. I feel like there's always at least one day a month where I'm craving a chicken Caesar salad wrap.
Yes.
At least one day.
Yes.
And until you brought me the Frank Anthony's, I had never knew where to get it. I would get it like different places every time and was never impressed. That I would go back to again and again.
It's hard to find. I think that's the top chicken Caesar salad I've had so far. I'm confident there are better ones in the city, and when I find it, I will share. But this one is like a really reliable, like the chicken's good, the way they cook it, the amount of dressing, the cheese. It is a reliable, delicious chicken Caesar salad.
It's so good.
Wrap.
Next, a little North End rec, specifically for desserts and espresso martinis. Cafe Paradiso. Stunning. Delicious. They have a pistachio martini with like gelato inside of it. That's amazing. And I feel like it's always so fun, especially in the wintertime, to go on a little espresso martini tour. Then you can't really go wrong. But a place that stands out amongst all of the other noise to me is Cafe Paradiso, and like worth it.
I don't think I've ever been there.
You probably have and just didn't know the name.
Cafe Vittoria is the one I always go to for pistachio martinis with the pistachio inside of it. So I'll have to try Cafe Paradiso.
Now you're making me question.
I'm pretty sure it's Cafe Vittoria.
No, Cafe Paradiso. It's right underneath Aria, which is also an amazing.
Wait, I need to try it then. I've never been, and I still haven't been to Aria. Yeah.
Ashley.
I know. I don't really go to the North End.
I know. Wait. We should go to Aria.
I'm in. Let's get a res.
Okay, yay!
And then we'll follow it up with martinis.
Love.
Okay, love. So exciting. This is probably one of my favorite topics to talk about, like where to go in Boston.
100%.
It's so fun. All right, next one. I just discovered this past weekend. I saw it on TikTok from our more acquaintance, but Sarah.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I love following her on TikTok.
Love her. She's so good.
She's such a vibe. But she has recommended the Seaport Fish Market. And don't get it twisted. I was under the impression it was some amazing farmer's market. There's like 2 tents. It's a whole lot of nothing. But they have a fish tent, and you can go and get the salmon burgers. When I tell you that will be a staple until the market is done, I think it's at the end of October. They were so good. So you need to run and put it on your list. It is so delicious and fresh.
Wow. No secret again. Cafe Sauvage.
Oh, yes.
Cafe Sauvage, people, if you haven't gone, what are you doing?
It's in Courtney's starter pack for sure.
It is.
But for a good reason. It is so delicious every single time you go.
Yeah, I
haven't been there in a while, too. Can we go there?
Yes.
We need to do a YCDB day where we just go to all of our favorites in one day.
Yeah. No, I love it. Cafe Sauvage, it's amazing for brunch. You literally can't go wrong. You could get a fried chicken sandwich and have that be the best thing you've ever had. You could have their burger. You can have their breakfast sandwich. You can have French onion soup. Like, it's a true Parisian place. Like, you go in there, all of the servers and owners are speaking French. There's always like Afro beats, R&B playing. So you're always like vibing out. You go in, there's not a seat in the house that's not taken up. So expect like maybe a 20-minute wait if you don't have a reservation, but they're super quick. So it turns over fast. But yeah, literally my favorite spot. I crave it all the time. And then I also did my birthday dinner here this past birthday in April. And the dinner menu is fantastic. Like, I get their mussels with French fries, which is amazing. Other people get like their roasted chicken. On Wednesday nights, they do a French immersion night. So you go in, they're speaking French, French music is playing, and it's a prefix menu. And all the menu is in French. Like, I don't know. It's just one of those places that it teleports you. It's not like you're just at a restaurant in Boston. And I haven't had one bad thing on the menu ever.
I love a sandwich. Like, one thing about me, in addition to ramen in my top 3, a good chicken cutlet sandwich, absolutely in my top 3 favorite foods. And there is no better sandwich than Sam LaGrassa's. I need to let you know, it is only open Monday through Friday, 10 to 2 p.m. So it's literally catering to a 9-to-5 corporate America that works in the financial district. You can't get it on the weekends. It is worth making a trip, like, out of your way to go here. Oh my God, it's the best. You have to get the chicken cutlet sandwiches. Not the grilled chicken, not the pastrami. The pastrami's like their specialty. It's a little too salty. Stick with the chopper's my favorite. You really can't go wrong with any of the chicken cutlet sandwiches. It blows me away every time. We got it twice last week. That's how good it is. And I'm never sick of it.
Talk about budgeting.
We usually do it every Friday. And they're huge sandwiches, so we split one.
Oh, nice.
So it's actually like, I will say they are like $30 sandwiches, but they're big enough that you can easily split. So it's $15 a person for lunch.
Perfect.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
This is more of a nightlife one. Real House in Seaport. Just, we always end up there. No matter what, like, we will find ourselves at Real House for good reason.
It's the perfect going out spot.
Cocktails are amazing. It's
What's
like
the one
small.
we like?
Oh, it's the Coco Chanel. It's like a coconut margarita, but we make it spicy. Like, if you're in your mid to late 20s and you don't want to go to Southie and you don't want to go to Moxie's and you want a more intimate vibe, Real House is the spot. And then their location is in Eastie. I wanted to shout out because I went for the first time for brunch after an event at Tall Ship that we went to for C of E. And the outdoor area is huge, stunning, and arguably has the best view in the city because you're looking at Boston.
Yeah.
And
it's so pretty.
I also went there. So I loved it that time. Then I went for a football Sunday and just watched football sitting at the bar outside. And it was fantastic again.
They also do a free shuttle, which I've never tried, but between the Real House locations. So if you're in the city and you want to get to East Boston to go to that Real House, you can take their little shuttle over.
It's a
on
water,
the boat.
It's a water taxi.
It's a water shuttle, I should say. It's free. Like, you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So nice. And it's not like the T one. It's specific to them.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Love. Although, so I love their lobster roll. I've had it at the Seaport location. I got it to go this weekend at the Marina Bay location. It was not good. And I'm like, honestly, really upset about it.
Wow.
Salty Girl has the best lobster roll in Boston that I've had so far.
Yeah.
Real House was a close second, but after that bad experience, they're kind of on my shit list.
I hate that for you.
Yeah. We've probably talked about this recommendation the most out of any Boston rec, but Felipe's in Cambridge. They have a rooftop. Honestly, we should probably do
an event
you can
there?
do both event there. We're thinking like a little yoga session, Pilates on the roof, followed by margaritas at Felipe's. Everybody can get a burrito. Basically, it's a more authentic Chipotle. Burritos are so good. We actually got them on Sunday for takeout. Little Sunday action. It was so good. Uber Eats it. Just as delicious as in person.
Yep.
Reasonably priced, great quality. Spicy marg, so good. Like, you really can't go wrong. And if you haven't been there yet, what are you doing? It's almost disrespectful.
Yeah, 100%. Where can you get nowadays a $7 burrito and like a $7 margarita?
You can't.
Nowhere.
Also, it's in the heart of Harvard Square. Like, so cute.
Yeah. And the last one for me is one that I walk by 100 times a week, and I never thought it was anything special until I went there most recently. It's called Piatini. It's an Italian restaurant. I would just dismiss it because I feel like anything on Newbury Street, it's kind of on a block where there's like restaurant after restaurant. There's like Puro Ceviche Bar. There's this. There's CFK, like Country Fried Chicken or something.
Crazy Good Kitchen.
Crazy Good Kitchen.
They do have fried chicken, though.
Yeah. There's just like so many spots, and it's giving like, I don't know, like when you're in Europe and people are outside trying to like wave you down to eat at the restaurant. Like, that's just the energy that area gives me. So I never think it's going to be that good. And this place has the most outdoor seating out of any restaurant that I've seen on Newbury Street. So I know that's closing now, but Matt and I were just like, we need something quick. We don't have a reservation. We are trying to make it to, we were going to Les Mis, and we had to be there at a certain time. So like, we just need something quick. We go in, we get the meatballs, we get spicy vodka and something else to split, and like 2 rounds of drinks in under 30 minutes. And it was so so good and so reasonably priced that we've gotten it as takeout since then. Also absolutely amazing. Just like if you need something like very traditional, like nothing crazy, but you don't want to go to the North End, maybe you want some more vibe to it. The inside is small, but super cute, and I'd highly recommend. So just needed to say, because I feel like it's a place I've dismissed and I've never heard people like give it much love before, but it's actually fantastic.
All right, I'll have to try
I think
it.
we need to count the amount of times that I said fantastic in this episode.
Okay.
Because I fear I've said it after everyone.
Everything's fantastic.
Everything is fantastic.
When you said Les Mis, it also got me thinking Boston Ballet is another Boston rec, specifically the fall or spring experience. So when this is coming out, I think we're right in the thick of the Boston Ballet fall experience coming out. Stay tuned. We will definitely have a discount code for you guys to use. But the Nutcracker, this is such a fun Boston activity. They are incredible, amazing. Like, I can't say enough great things about the Boston Ballet if you haven't been. Like, this is your season to go for sure.
100%. Fantastic.
100% fantastic. Wonderful. Love it.
Give me 14 of them.
Give me 14 of them right now.
That concludes our Boston hidden gems or not so hidden gems that are You Can Do Both's favorites that all of you must try.
Let us know if you try any. We hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you just moved to Boston, if you know someone that's moving to Boston, or if you just, your foodie friend, because most of these are food places.
Yeah.
Send this episode to them, share it with a friend.
And let us know what else we should have on our list. All right. Love ya. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
TTYL.